sword that you would see. A lot of these swords and a lot of this gear is specially made for this sport. So nearly all the targets on the fencers are legal targets. The only targets that we are not allowed to hit are the back of the head, the spine, the groin, and the actual feet themselves. Let's hear it for our fencers. Red fencer wins.
Good fight, guys.
We have the opposite of our dagger rondelle fights. We have pole arms here. It's the longest weapons that we have in our arsenal today. So you'll notice in comparison to the sword fighting, there's going to be a little more measured fighting here. You can notice that they're using the ends of their spears. What you are noticing that they're not doing is swinging those spears around at each other wildly. And that is because even though that might be good in some situations, it wouldn't be good for us to continue fighting with each other every week. Those hafts are dangerous no matter what you do with them and no matter how much padding you have on. So they are sticking to those rubberized bits there on the end to score their points. Haft hits do not score any points, and that is also to discourage any hits with them on accident.
Fight.
Beautiful thrust. So everything that you see here that we're doing is real. We are not trying to simulate anything. We are not trying to choreograph anything. We are not acting. All the fighting that we are doing is trained over many months and years. So if you'll notice, these fencers, they are in quite a lot of gear. They have these big, padded, heavy jackets. They have this big fencing mask with back of the head protection. They have complete shin protection. They've got giant gloves on their hands and elbows covered. None of that gear breathes especially well. So if you can imagine how hot you might be in a t-shirt and shorts, you know that these guys are sweating out here doing this. They train really hard for many months to be able to have this kind of stamina, to be able to fight like this for y'all today. So these dagger fights, the way these fencers have to fence, they have to get in really quick and they have to be very aggressive in order to try and catch a point and get out safely. But it's not always as easy as it sounds. Most dagger fights end up with doubles, or what we call an afterblow, which is where you hit your opponent just after they've hit you, but in such a way that both of you end up taking the same amount of damage. Beautiful thrusts.
That is time!
Blue fencer takes it. Our next fights will be with pole arms. So sometimes the way these pools work out. You'll have a fencer that has just fought, that is back to back, ready to fight again. So our fencer's just gonna get a little bit of water and take a quick turn.
Oh. Pole arm again?
Pole arm again.
Pole arm seems like the Will's favorite.
Lithuanian arms instead.
I would like to try it.
On deck. On deck.
I heard you. That was good. On deck.
It's on deck.
Sorry. Go to archery.
Okay. Well, once we get the next on deck, I've been going around, so yeah.
Try to make a makeshift.
We've got a lot of fights coming up, so don't worry, I'll get you.
I'm going for that guy. That's my bet. What the hell was that?
So some of these other guys that you're seeing out here without gear on, they are our judges. So as the fights progresses, the fencers don't exactly know where the scores are. They're too busy stabbing each other in the face for that. But these judges help keep that for them.
Fight with a foam sword and blah blah blah. Well, you can't. First of all, you can't go by yourself. Second of all, you can't. Right now, we're not gonna do it because it's a really long line. After we watch it a little bit longer, then maybe we'll go.
Beautiful thrust in. So you can see that one of the main techniques that they're trying to use is that pull cue motion, where they are taking that haft and extending it towards their opponent quickly. What they are trying to do there is catch a point while still being outside of the range where they are getting hit themselves. Clean hits are difficult to come by in HEMA. So these judges are scoring these opponents on their hits regardless of whether the fight stops or not. The director will call a halt and break the fencers up when they get a little too tangled or when they want to reset the fight. The judges are doing their own thing though. The way that we determine these points is through Bloss Spectin is what we're doing here, which is where we are acting as if none of that armor is on their opponents. We are judging these hits as if they got hit to the face, if they got stabbed by a spear to the face, we are assuming that they are very dead. So that's how we are scoring these opponents. Of course, we do wear armor because we want to keep doing this.
Wait, I want to keep doing this.
End of round.